the top 15 upcoming games 2015 to 2016. Number 15, The Division. The game comes out March 16th, 2016 and is available on Next Gen and PC. Apparently a disease spread on banknotes has hit the US and has caused the US to crumble. You're part of the strategic Homeland Division, or kind of sleeper agents who come out when the world needs them to save the day. You've got 72 hours of food and water to survive, and you and your friends, because it is a co-op / multiplayer game, there's areas called dark zones where you can engage in PvP, and once you're outside those it's a PvE game. You've got to figure out what's going on in probably one of the most beautiful looking versions of New York we've seen to date. If you saw my 2014 to 2015 list, you noticed it was quite a bit higher in that. To be honest, numbers don't really matter, and these are more interested in showing you 15 games which are interesting, which is why I haven't put Call of Duty and Assassin's Creed in, because obviously they come out each year, so you know they're going to be coming out. But I just feel the game has become a little bit more generic, having seen some gameplay of it, than I first thought it might be. So it's one to watch out for, I feel, but it's a little bit different to how it looked in the previews, as is often the case with Ubisoft games.
But someone's got to be there to pick it up, to push back, put the first piece back together, put us all back together.
Number 14, Battlefront. So this comes out November the 17th, 2015 on PC and Next Gen. This is predominantly a multiplayer and co-op first / third person shooter, as you can switch between the two, which is based on the original 3 movies, so there won't be any Clone Wars in it. Well, it might be in DLC. There's also no space battles, I've heard as well, which was in the previous Battlefront game. You'll be fighting across 4 different planets initially, which are Endor Hoth, which is what the footage here is being shown, the ice planet, Tatooine and Sullust. You can play as hero characters, which is probably, as a label that's not confirmed, definitely Han Solo, possibly Chewbacca, Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader. I don't know who else is confirmed, but you can play as them if you do well in the game, so you kind of get them as like a super power-up character that you can spawn in as. It is definitely the best looking Star Wars game ever, one of the best looking games ever made, and it's got the most authentic sound, I feel, of any Star Wars game as well. The gameplay is, and this is why it's further this, because I've actually played a bit of it. There is a closed alpha going on at the moment, which I didn't get into, but I have played a bit before, and it's there's virtually no learning curve there. It's sort of designed for anybody to casually play, so not very much like the previous Battlefront game, but it does make me wonder if there's enough there for the game to remain interesting to people over a significant period of time.
Bombers are making their attack run.
Go in for the takedown! Almost there.
Imperial Walker has been taken out.
Yes! Walker down!
Number 13, No Man's Sky. This is coming out early 2016 on PC and PlayStation 4. The idea of this game is you explore an infinite universe in your spaceship where you can fly from the atmosphere all the way down onto the planetary surface, land there, explore, because there's apparently 18 quintillion planets in this game which are randomly generated, and actually planet-sized planets, so you can wander all over the surface, and it'll take you many days to actually explore each planet. Then you can get back in your spaceship, fly up through the atmosphere into a space battle, and the end goal is to gather enough resources to upgrade your ship and weapons to be able to get to the centre of the galaxy. But the more damage you do to the planets by gathering resources, killing animals on there, the more likely this alien race called the Sentinels will hunt you down and kill you. Once you get to a planet, if you discover a new species or indeed a new planet, you can name that planet after yourself. It is a single player game, although you can track your progress online apparently, so your friends know what you've discovered. Number 12, The Last Guardian. This is coming out sometime 2016 on the PlayStation 4. It's made by Team Ico, who of course made Shadow of the Colossus on the PlayStation 2, which I never played but I heard was one of the best games on there. You play a young boy who's being held captive in a giant ruined castle by mysterious soldiers who befriends a bird/dog griffin creature called Trico, who's also being held there in order to escape. I think what sets this game apart, perhaps for me, is that the game makes you focus on the relationship between you and Trico, and you see a real friendship develop there, because initially I think Trico tries to hunt down the boy, but then you've got to manipulate Trico as you would a real animal, make sure he gets enough food, actually care for him, and he will care for you.